hosted its monthly meeting with many attendees still on edge after the July meeting turned to chaos. WAAY 31's Georgia Clark joins us now live after attending that afternoon meeting. And Georgia, you've been told that people were spit on after that July meeting ended. How was the atmosphere tonight?
Well, Jim, it was definitely tense, but there were no spitting or yelling matches at this meeting tonight. And this has all been over the Alabama Public Library Service's new policies relating to certain books in the children's section, which the Huntsville-Madison Library Board is enforcing. Just this year, the Alabama Public Library Service updated several codes regarding the presence of what they deem sexually explicit content, transgender, or any LGBTQ+ topics in the children's and young adult sections of Alabama public libraries. These books must be removed or moved to the adult section, or a library could lose their funding. So this has sparked some hot debate across the state and here in Huntsville, with one woman claiming her daughter was spit on after the July meeting.
In the lobby outside the meeting room, once the meeting was over, Katie spotted a trans woman who had also spoken to the board and approached her, smiling to introduce herself. And the trans woman spit on her and then scurried really fast out of the lobby and I presume out of the library.
With this being an active investigation, the board chair for Huntsville-Madison County's public libraries, G.W. Boone, says he can't give more details on the case. But he did say this also happened after the meeting was over, as did the rest of the screaming and chanting we've heard reports of. But he says this is a big part of their job, walking a thin line and not pushing an agenda of their own.
Make sure that we're following guidance, making sure that we're paying attention to those that are funding our library. But then also, for us, it's a really important thing that we listen to the folks that are here, our community.
Tuesday's meeting, though tense, was civil and filled with plenty of people on either side of this argument.
I would like to say, too, that these are really hotly debated new ideas. The idea that you can medically or surgically change your biological sex is new. We're debating it in media, in politics, in medicine, in academia, in theology, even in churches. So I would not suggest we put that on the shoulders of our little children to see how they feel about it when we're still debating it as adults.
There's hard data on this. If you remove representation in books, children feel more isolated, they don't understand what's going on. And then suddenly you look at the data and it goes, we have more child suicides and more child pregnancy in the terms of sex education books, which is also what they're trying to remove. And so you end up with a lot worse childhoods for a lot of people.
Well, in a letter sent out in July, Chair of the Alabama Public Library Services, John Wall, noted the enactment of one of these policies, which looks to remove books from any section of an Alabama public library that contain gender ideology, and plan to restrict funding for any libraries who continue to host these books that they, as funders, see as inappropriate. But the APLS is still taking public comment on these policies until October 14th. I'm Georgia Clark reporting for WAAY 31.